Hey, it's Maren, and this is the lunar forecast for the Taurus Full Moon on November 12th, 2019 at 8:32 a.m. Eastern Time. So we'll get right into the astrology, then we will pull a tarot card, pull an oracle deck card, see what guidance comes through. But first off, we'll start with what the actual transit of this full moon is coming up for us this November. So starting out with what's happening here, the sun will be conjunct Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, because when there's a full moon in Taurus, that means that the moon is in Taurus opposite the sun in Scorpio. Full moons are times where the moon is opposite the sun, signifying a culmination of the past 6-month cycle of that area of the sky. So for each of us, we can look to what houses that's transiting and look into our own lives to see what culmination or what release or what high point is happening for us. Full moons can either be a time of letting go or celebrating something that has and is building up, or both. So this particular full moon, the sun will be conjunct Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. So likely a deep misunderstanding will be revealed. Mercury is not cazimi with the sun, they're not in the same degree. Instead, Mercury retrograde is being under the sun's beams, or it's being like shadowed or having its significations hidden. But because it's coming to light on this full moon, it's likely that maybe this big subversion or place of dishonesty in our own lives is going to become apparent that we don't have the information and that it's actually dishonest. It doesn't mean we'll have all the information, but it does mean that there'll probably be light will be shed on the fact that light is not shed on something. And the degree of 19 degrees Scorpio was actually said by William Lilly to be lame or like associated with a wrongdoing or a reversal of fortune of some sort. So the mere fact that Mercury retrograde is there makes it extremely applicable, that there's something being revealed that is not quite all there, like in the honesty. It's ruled by Mars in its exile. This full moon in Taurus with the sun and Mercury in Scorpio. The sun, Mercury, and Scorpio are ruled by Mars in its exile. Indicates that we're having trouble exerting the assertive effort we know is needed in order to come across to the point, or to really say what we know we need to say to make things honest and upfront. We're having trouble fully verbalizing what needs to be said. Venus's lens of the sign of Libra is clouding Mars's judgment as a planet of severing and division to be direct. So it's important to remember that accommodating for others is a happenstance of actually making a choice. The doing comes first and the reacting comes second. This doesn't mean we don't think about our actions. It just means that in order to consider what we've done, we have to do something first. So consider what you need to do, and then consider how to make that truth come across more compassionately once you know what you're going to do. The trine to Neptune from the sun and the Mercury and Scorpio does indicate that there's an easier time accepting like behind the scenes energy, or trusting that there is an overarching divine plan working this all out, or seeing that there's higher oneness to the perceived separation that's likely apparent in this dishonesty or in this like culmination of things coming up that don't really make sense because no one is making sense. The sextile to the planets in Capricorn indicate that this is an opportunity to set the stage for long-term honesty or brave communication. So the moon will be in Taurus co-present with Uranus, because Uranus is in Taurus, and co-presence means that planets are in the same sign. Because they're pretty far away, it's not necessarily a tight degree-based conjunction, but they are co-present in the same domicile. So there's fixed emotional volatility, or there's an unexpected quality that's kind of always there during this. Like things are coming out and we're not really sure what the next move is, because we're clouded by the fact that we don't have all the information. And it seems paradoxical that there will be a fixed emotional volatility, but we can count on all of us kind of operating on pins and needles here. Like we're wired and we're secure in that nature. We're all ready to upgrade into honesty, but we're kind of all fixed in this like scared mindset of who's gonna go first. Venus is conjunct Jupiter in Sag. So the moon in Taurus will be disposed by Venus, the benefic, conjunct Jupiter, the greater benefic, in its home sign of Sagittarius. So we might feel too good to really make the honest communication that we need to, because we can tell that overall this is working out. Like shit is kind of mixed up right now, but there is a higher plan, a higher good to this. So it'll probably come across as easier than it is looking back. Like we will kind of maybe look back and be like, whoa, I'm surprised that that worked out that easily, or like, whoa, we really got the good end of the stick here. Is that a bone reference? I don't want to draw anything to animal products. Shit. We got like the good things going on here. Enjoy the sensation of taking pleasure with others, but don't let that distract you from the true process of getting to the bottom of what needs to be discussed. Remember that there's something that needs to be said. Let any inner tension be your navigation systems towards untying social knots that have long since been needed to be let go of and unwound. Honesty may be abrupt and a bummer to anyone who's trying to people please, but it is of the most utility and usefulness in the long run to do the thing now that will let you do the thing later and feel best about doing that thing later. So if that makes sense, like, get to the bottom of this shit. Let's pull a tarot card. Let's see what's coming up. So we pulled the Six of Wands, and this card with this man riding on a horse towards delivering good news is kind of indicating that things will work out. We just have to put the effort in to ride on the way there. We have to commit to pursuing that pursuit. So the Work Your Light card we got was Pleiades, Double Mission, Channeling, and Uplifting Humanity, which, this being a star group, a star cluster, a higher density dimensional group that sometimes often contacts us on group and gives us messages. Text. My bad. With the trine to Neptune, I wouldn't be surprised if leading us through is this higher wisdom, this higher good, and not trying to micromanage or make sense, just being honest and letting that be exactly what we need in this instance. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, like, subscribe, do all the things, check out my private astrology consultations below. I would love to read for you, and I will see you in the next video.